So what's the difference between juggling and magic? Well, first let me show you an example of juggling. This is extremely difficult, and it's a high speed and also the world's smallest juggling feat in a sense. I'm going to send the ring spinning into the air and attempt to catch it on the tip of my first finger. Now that's juggling. Magic's a whole different thing. With magic, watch. I'm going to try to take the ring and make it pass down through the table. Here we go. Watch. 1, 2, 3. The ring down through the table. And that's the difference between magic and juggling. Now this is a really cool trick. It's great for bar, great for restaurant. I'm going to teach you right now. You can do the first part of it standing up, which is what I really like about it. And I've been doing magic with finger rings for a long time. I love a whole bunch of things about them. But before I dive into that, I want you to know I'm going to sort of reveal some of the secrets here for you, show you a few different additional ideas with this basic premise, something called to the point. I came up with it many, many years ago as a variation on David Roth's wonderful karate coin. On the video also, I'm going to reveal the 12 winners from last week. What did we do last week? Camouflage, my camouflage gimmick. On my last video, I said I was going to give away 12 of them. It's a very cool card magic gimmick. You can do a whole bunch of things with it. I'm going to announce the 12 winners in just a moment here on this video. And I also want to now throw out, before we even jump into this, the question of the week. And then I'm going to explain everything about a few different really cool tricks with rings, including, a variety of things that you can do with them, vanishes, appearances, and all that. So my question of the week to you is this. First, I don't know if you probably won't recognize this guy, ideally. This is me. This is me when I was about 11 years old. Gotta love it, huh? With the top hat and the scarf, the foulard, the cardboard mirror box, the whole thing's going on there. Now, back in the day, like a lot of young magicians, I didn't think that I could just simply call myself Jay Sankey or Jay or any of that stuff, the amazing Sankini. Then I went with, wait for it, Magic by Conrad. C-O-N-R-A-D. That's my middle name, so I figured Magic by Conrad. And I had ads in local rural papers, I think right beside pig shaving services and all that weird stuff. Anyway, my question to you this week is, if you were a professional magician and you had to go with a name that wasn't your own name, okay? What name would you call yourself and why? You're a professional magician. You have to go as some kind of classic name. What would you use? What name would you use and why? And this week I'm going to give away Portal. Again, with all my sort of tricks and downloads and all that, you can check it out at sankymagic.com. Portal is this silicone rubber black circle, a whole bunch of really cool appearances and coin magic and card magic. And if you do my trick paperclip, there's a cool handling. So I'm going to give away 12 of those. So leave a comment down below and tell me what would be your magic name. Okay, now let's jump in here. So first you have this really cool juggling feat. And what I like about this is you don't have to say a word. I've done this hanging out, not actually during a gig, but I've done it in a bar. You could do it on an elevator with strangers, whatever. Throw it up once so they can see it. Do it, but again, catch it on the tip of your finger. Count 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, and just let that settle in. Okay, it doesn't have this whole, hey, watch me. I'm going to make something vanish up here, so it's a not typical magic trick. Now, I'm using 2 rings. I do a whole bunch of stuff, as I mentioned, with rings. Sometimes it's ordinary rings, duplicate stuff. Other times, my most famous, and the one I use the most, that's a gimmicked ring, is called Flesh and Bone. I use a very cool gimmick ring, and again, you can find that at sankymagic.com. But let's learn this now. So, David Roth's original idea was to flip a coin in the air, and then you'd skewer the coin on your finger. But it was a combination of 2 tricks, really, when you think about it. One, an impossible finger through, a strongman trick, and the other was sort of a juggling trick. And I bought it and played with it, and for lay people, I found they never really believed it. It looked cool, it was surprising, but they didn't actually believe I skewered the ring, as skewered the coin, and caught it all at the same time. With this, I'll warn you, this looks so realistic. People don't for a second think it's even, in a sense, it's absolutely impossible. And it gets a nice reaction, but there's no sense that you concealed anything. It doesn't seem to be a trick. It seems to be an impossible demonstration of insane juggling skill, okay? So, First, I want you to see this lovely palm, okay? This lovely concealment right here. You can demonstrate the ring right there. Your palm is empty, but you're concealing this, okay? Up here, like that. Now, I always get confused. I'm admitting maybe you can leave a comment. Is it Cap Subtlety or Ramsey? I think it's Ramsey. I think Caps is classic. Yeah, I think it's Ramsey. Ramsey Subtlety. So the hand looks empty, and it looks like you just got one finger, but you actually have the second finger ring hidden up in basically finger palm, okay? So you can start like this if you want. This is also a combination of a little bit of thimble magic technique because I'm here, and I apparently toss the ring into the other hand, okay? But what I've done is I'm going to curl my finger, okay? As I do the tossing gesture, the finger curls, and I get the finger, here's the close-up view, I get the finger ring in thumb palm. It's in thumb palm, held as that falls out, okay? So in slow motion, I mean, you'd swear he's got a finger ring, right? He takes it, he tosses the finger ring in his other hand. Looks very, very fair, but what I've actually done, as I said, is I curl the right finger, okay, into thumb palm and let this fall. Now what that does is two really important things. First, it shows the hand's undeniably empty for one ring. Now, when I was performing this for some of you and I'm seated, I bet a few of you thought I was doing something in my lap. But for the first phase, you can do this standing. So that this can be at your side, all focus is here. Now, this alone will take practice, okay? Sending the ring, because it's got to go straight up, okay? And you really want it nice and spinning. So that alone will take some practice. But you throw this, you flick this in the air, this hand comes over, and while all focus is here at your side, you load the finger ring onto your finger using thumb and the side of the second finger. You load the finger ring on. So it's already on your finger. But when you combine this toss with, it's a beautiful through line, the flash of silver really sells it. Because you'd swear it looks like I just caught the finger ring on my finger. I'm right into that subtlety again, right? I mean, it's a really pretty illusion. I mean, again, it's one of these things that doesn't even look so much like an illusion, just an amazing, and you can really sell it, almost missed it that time, or in the bar, miss it once or twice. Again, you don't want the ring rolling away, but if there's a big open space, a hotel lobby, maybe you come out of the bar, you're in the street, you don't mind your junked up ring hitting the sidewalk once or twice. You can really sell this, get a bar bet going, whatever. So that's the basic idea behind catching. And I mean, you can do it with a big gesture or small. That's the basic idea of catching it on your finger, boom, using two rings. Now, the second phase, if you want to start doing, and this is sort of based on some coin magic work, of having the ring go through the table, there's a bunch, I mean, now that you've got two rings in play, right? You're here. You can do that switch I taught you before where you toss it here like this. And now you've got two rings in play. You can do a bit of shuttle pass action. Again, sort of David Roth combined with my own flying shuttle. So they see a ring there. Only one ring apparently, and then back over and only one ring. I mean, it really looks like you got one ring in your hand. And this goes into thumb palm as the hands revolve. Don't make too much of a deal of it. And the finger ring is softly, and I've taught this on a bunch of things here on the channel like that, okay? So now what I can do, of course, is go back and I can do this. Show the finger ring, 1, 2, and on 3, 1, 2, on 3, put it in the finger palm while hitting from below the table with the other ring, so you can get that, so you can get clearly a ring, 1, 2, 3, show hand empty, and you do that, okay? And then you can have it come back up if you want. Again, and this technique so far I'm showing you doesn't involve any lapping, so you could do it stand up at a table, okay? But the last phase does involve lapping. And the last phase I really love because with this one, you're only going to use one ring. So you can borrow a ring. Imagine you're going to take a borrowed ring that they can see. I warn you, don't get one with gems. Okay, because if it falls and that gem goes missing, it's awkward. Okay, awkward moment for the magician there. Starts to magically produce a rain of sweat onto the table. Shake it out and they see the 4 of clubs or I'm screwed sort of written in the puddle there. With just an ordinary band, being able to take it, your hand can be 2, almost 3 feet from the edge of the table and you can still bang it right through the table and have it come up. This is the harata master move. I learned this years ago. It's called the harata, H-I-R-A-T-A, harata master move, and I love this. Now this, people have to be directly in front of you. If it's a little dim in a bar, it'll work, but really, and here on camera, I wasn't even sure if it was going to work, but this idea of taking the ring, okay? There's no switch, there's nothing, there's no false transfer. Putting your hand under the table. 1, 2, 3. Now there, I bet it just flashed on camera because the timing was just off. What you're doing, and I love this, is you're going 1, 2, and on 3, I'm going to allow the ring to travel back. It just clears the edge of the table. So even though my hand, you don't want your hand going down, back, and forward. You've got to practice so that the hand goes straight down every time, okay? And with practice, you'll be able to sort of it's just a little bit of motion. The way I suggest you practice this is learn to sort of, you're not whipping it in your lap, you're sort of just letting it go. First, practice on getting it past the edge of the table into your lap, and then you can slowly straighten out your hand. Okay? So, but I love the fact that people can burn you right here. My hand doesn't go all the way under the table. I bend it back underneath, so it's actually just waiting. My open hand is waiting past the edge of the table, basically sitting in my lap, even though it looks like my hand's way over here. It's actually just back here. The Harata master move. 1, 2, 3. And you really milk that, okay? And then you show it's not there. I mean, it's a beautiful, and then you slowly bring your hand up, okay? Or you could bring your hand up in a closed fist to really build the drama. And people are thinking, there's no way that borrowed ring or a coin, they marked the coin, they noticed the date on the coin, any small object. There's no way that's in his closed fist, okay? One other piece of drama I want to add to this, and then we're going to announce the winners here of last week's contest, is I've also done this a bunch of times. Not so much, I have not done this. This is not the Harata move, but if you're going to be using duplicates, there's so many cool things you can do with them. If you're going to do it through the table too, what a very simple thing, you can introduce this, do the flip move, do the juggle catch, whatever, then borrow a paper napkin and really casually ball it up, okay? And I've done this also with a dollar bill. But ball this up really casually, have it on your hand right there like that. Say to someone, I'm going to put my hand below the table. Now remember, you just borrowed this napkin from them, okay? You're going to put my hand below the table, and I want you, and you say, turn a woman, I want you, or a guy, whatever, and I want you to gently put your hand on top. Don't push too far down. And so your hand is under the table. You've got the paper napkin. You borrowed it from them, put the hand on top. So, and of course, what did I do? I loaded the second ring into the napkin when I just balled it up, right? It was just a finger palm, and again, maybe I've done the juggling trick, borrow the paper napkin. It's here, right? I gather up the napkin, ball it up real casually, leave it right there, and maybe someone's looked at this, I get this back, they've examined it, put this under, and now just do a thumb palm. Now notice, if you're seated, you can do the Harata master move, okay? You can go 1, 2, and 3, and chuck it in your lap like this, then show your hand empty, and then slowly bring this up, and add another level of possibility, or just thumb palm it. 1, 2, and 3. Boom, like that, okay? And now it's thumb palm. And typically in that situation, with a thumb palm, I always bring my hand to the edge of the table and relax. I mean, that's a very relaxed place. The hand looks comfortable, and the ring now is totally hidden from view, okay? If anybody can actually see the ring, that means their head is in your lap, and that's a different kind of show. So you're here like this. Slowly this comes up, okay? Like that. You could even, and again, I love this kind of moment. Drop it on the table and people can hear. That's what I wanted. Sorry. There. They hear something inside. Both hands are back here. You can lap this or go to your pocket or whatever. Or even when they unfold this, you take the paper napkin. You can literally load this back inside, ball it up, and put it in your pocket, and you are clean. So those are a bunch of different ideas through the table, the skewer, all these kinds of, and the Harata master move. Keep it in mind. I've done with big objects, small objects. It's really right time and place. If you and your friends have had a couple of drinks at the bar, boy, it can hit really hard and be very, very versatile. Now, without further ado, the winners of last week's camouflage contest. Here they are. And if I announce your name, as always, if I announce your name first, congratulations. And thank you for following and leaving a comment from last week. Make sure you leave a comment this week. If you want a chance to win this week's my portal, the portal gimmick or coin magic and stuff with thumb tips and stuff, leave a comment below right now and tell me what would be your magic name, your professional magician name, if you couldn't use your real name, your own name, okay? Here are the winners of last week's contest. And if I say your name, you can please send an email to my team at contact@sankeymagic.com and let them know your full name, your shipping address, and they will ship out to you one of the camouflage card magic gimmicks. Sergey Zatsepin, that's Sergey Zatsepin. Joseph Morley, you won. Dustin Kerr with 2 R's. Ted Kelly. Anthony Prusky, Prusky, Prusky. Dylan Needleman, Gary Henderson, Abdul Jadar, Stevie Wonders. Oh, very clever. Stevie Wonders. Nice. Diane Lloyd's. Pitar Ristov, assuming the H is silent. Pitar Ristov and Douglas Michaels. You guys all won. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you want more behind-the-scenes stuff, I'm starting to share more Card Magic Flourish stuff because I've been playing around with a bunch of things for years and starting to share more of that as well, all on Instagram. So please start following me on Instagram at The Real Jay Sankey. And if you're serious about learning magic and a little bit more magic theory and cool card tricks and mentalism, I'm going to leave a link below this video, a link for 3 free PDFs. These are 3 of my most popular books. There's some theory, there's some card tricks, a whole bunch of stuff. They're absolutely free. Doesn't cost a cent. There's no shipping. They're downloads, PDF, 3 PDF books. The link's down there. Click on it, and you can download them today. Thank you so much. And as always, when you go out in the world, try not to just think of magic as card tricks, coin tricks, and things. Magic's a very broad idea. It's about wonder. It's about the inexplicable. So I believe that if you go out in the world today and you look for things that are magical, you will find them. Thanks so much.